Oh. We're just gonna start with the scuff. I'll explain what that was later. Anyways, how is everyone? Hello, welcome to the stream. Welcome to my now once a week streams because life is wonderfully crazy and I have to catch up with a bunch of projects that I was supposed to do spread out over September, October, and November and December. And now we're just cramming them all into November and December because I got sick. So I don't know how many of you were here last week when I was explaining it, and also maybe you guys saw my short where I was explaining it, but I caught COVID back in September, and I have had very long lingering symptoms, which has prevented me from making content because I couldn't talk without coughing, but now I can talk without coughing. So yeah. I am going to be drinking water copiously. So this does mean that I'm going to have to take a break in the middle, maybe twice even. I might just need to take a break every 45 minutes to an hour or so to go to the bathroom and fill this guy up. So, that's just to keep me kind of relatively healthy. But yeah, so before I say my official hellos to you guys, and I'm going to go through the chat as well as I can, I just want to take this time to thank the Flute Center for sponsoring this stream. This is a really cute idea that we both kind of worked on this idea together, but it was initially Flute Center's idea. And that was to kind of share with you guys what are the biggest hits in the flutes and flute accessory inventory, in their inventory. So a bunch of stuff I actually already own. That's what you were seeing in the kind of like waiting screen before I came on here. So you guys should be able to see it here. Do I have my second screen on here? I think I do. There we go. So you guys can see that that's what's on my table right now. This is stuff I already own. And some of it, I think I have actually talked about all of these items in separate videos, in separate streams. So this particular stream is going to be really good to kind of just get sort of an updated list of, things that I tend to recommend to my students, things that I have used in the past. I may not use them very much right now, but these are actually things I still recommend even now, because every player is different. Also, as you continue to develop, your needs will change and stuff like that. So anyway, we both, like me and the Flute Center, both thought that this particular stream would be really fantastic to sort of serve as like a, this is what 2024 Joanna recommends in terms of like flutes and flute accessories, especially if you are starting out. So this is especially towards people who are starting out. Certainly some of these accessories are for people who have been playing for a while and kind of know what you might need. So in any case, thank you again, Flute Center, for sending these accessories. Some of these I own. The rest that I do not own are in the box next to me that is waiting to be opened. And I will open it in front of you guys because I know that you guys really like that. I know that you guys really like watching me open this stuff. So anyway, let me say hello to everyone officially. I need to pop out the chat here and make it very large because mine eyes do need a bit of help, and I'm going to boost the size so I can read this comfortably from this distance. But anyway, let's see. Hello. I know I saw earlier that Nicholas was, I think, in the chat first. Just another flute guy. So hello. And then I do see Megan, Michael, Ryan, BNA Bound, Nathan. Yes, hello, just another flute guy again. Deanna, Juby, Miguel, Emily, Saturday, Janine, Blind Guy, hello, Chef Maiku, hello, Cranky, hello. Okay, yes, so we're absolutely getting in the Christmas spirit here, 100%. This is like, basically this is the wish list video. I'm actually, so the first part of this stream is going to be stuff I already own. And then the second part of this stream is going to be fulfilling my flute accessory wish list. So Flute Center is straight up is like giving me accessories that I've been wanting to, like, at least that I've been curious about and that I've been wanting to. Oh no, I think the second one is like my actual wish list of things that I actually really want and want to use. And then the third part is stuff that I'm curious about. So it's stuff that I've heard about for a while, but I haven't actually like gotten my hands on it. I haven't really had a reason that I could justify myself getting my hands on it. But now this live stream is now my justification for owning those items. So we're going to do sort of a three-parter. And then because they're all accessories, I don't expect that to be taking too long. And then after that, they did send me 3 great starter flutes. So I was thinking it would be really great to just kind of mess around with those flutes. So they're sort of like updated beginner flutes, kind of 2024 versions of really great starter flutes. So again, this is for people who are shopping for a flute for the first time for Christmas. Maybe it's for yourself or it's for a loved one. So out of these 3, you're probably going to, land on something pretty good. I will say that if you are in the market to buy some, like a flute for someone who is not you, so for a loved one, I would highly recommend that you don't just gift them the flute. I really highly recommend that you get a trial out. So you may want to just kind of like make a little card saying like, hey, I am going to be arranging a trial for you. This is your Christmas present. And then whichever flute you decide, that will be your Christmas present. I highly recommend that because then the person who's starting on the flute will, have a much better time starting on the flute. They'll start on a flute that better matches them. So in any case, I just wanted to kind of mention that. Let's see what's on you guys' wish list. You guys were very good about telling me. So let's see. Let's see. So, Nicholas, just another flute guy, wants a 19.5 Powell crown for your Williams head joint. Oh, wow. We are starting strong. Okay. Wow. Beauty. Deanna, you're asking if there's a mystery flute in here. There are 3 mystery flutes, but actually, like, there are 3 starter flutes. But they're all really good flutes. I think I have reviewed all of them before, but not the updated versions. So Michael wants a bass flute and a flute wand. Beautiful. Ryan wants a sterling silver head joint with a wooden lip plate. Oh, beautiful. Beauty. Juby wants a nice flute bag. Michael also wants a Guo gray bass flute. Interesting. A gray one. Okay. Miguel, you want to upgrade to a gold head joint at some point next year. Fantastic. You can just say it was for Christmas. Okay. Let's see. So Emily wants to add the cork to the left index finger key. Excellent. That's usually free. So it is the cheapest gift that you can give to yourself. However, I would recommend that, like, don't get it done until you send it in for maintenance, and then you could just ask them to do it. They usually just pop it on for free. Let's see. Deanna wants a new music stand and metronome. You have apps, but you want an analog. Ooh. The analogs are very beautiful. Are you thinking of getting one that's like made out of wood? Are you thinking that? They're very beautiful. Let's see. Emily also wants an iwi. So for those of you who do not know what an EWI is, I hope I'm saying it right. EWI, it is an electronic wind instrument, right? Is that what it stands for? And it's essentially like a, you play it kind of more like clarinet-ish, but it is electronic. So it is MIDI. I believe it's MIDI. Is that MIDI? Am I saying all the right things? I don't know if I'm saying all the right things, but you can plug it in and it's kind of like a digital keyboard, but you blow into it and you like play on it. And it is very cool indeed. So if you guys want to look that up, it is very cool. Saturday, you're supposed to get your key extension from JustFlutist today, and USPS didn't deliver it even though you're home. I'm so sorry. I've been reading horror stories about things like that where all they do is they slap the thing on your the like, you know, no one was at home slip on your door, and then but you were home. Oh my gosh. Janine wants an alto flute. Beautiful. What else? What else do you guys want? Let's see. What a good time to be a beginner, Nathan says. Absolutely, Nathan. Christmas is legit one of the best times to be a beginner because you get all the sales, you get all the specials, and so you can buy all this stuff, you know, at a pretty great price, and then you can kind of start in the new year. And then that's your New Year's resolution. It's really great. It kind of like I see it every year. It happens every year and it's fantastic. Let's see. Chef Mikey, your flute piccolo list includes a new Pearl 105E. Ooh. Hey, Greg, GOT wins. By the way, I was listening to the Chained Echoes soundtrack last night while cooking, and it was fantastic. If you guys don't know, Chained Echoes is an amazing RPG video game, and GOT wins here is the flute player in that soundtrack. So that gorgeous alto flute that you hear in the main theme of Chained Echoes is GOT wins here, and I was listening to it last night while cooking, and it was amazing. It was fantastic. It was just kind of really nice to listen and be like, oh, this is so pretty. Oh, I know this person. Okay, let's see. Yep, vintage metronome. Piper Maid, you want a Trevor James copper alloy. Are you talking about a C flute or the alto flute? Both are beautiful. I do have the C flute. That is my backup flute. BNA, you want a great flute teacher that's local to you. That is a fantastic wish list item. Start researching. Do your thing. Research. Look around. Ask around. All right? Wonderful. Okay, yes. So Deanna wants a wood analog metronome. Those are beautiful. They're very beautiful. Awesome. Okay, and then Megan, you're looking at Dijau 702, Azumi 2, Sonari 501 or 505. All of those are beautiful flutes. Yes. Fantastic. You're so welcome, Greg. The C flute. Ah, yes. Okay. So I have it here. It is actually my backup flute. I have been playing it regularly for the past week or so because my flute is actually in for a COA right now. Yeah. Yes, I believe you're right, Chef Maiku. I recall that on the iwi, it's iwi, right? I think most people pronounce it iwi. You can change the fingering scheme. Yeah. I heard that. Yeah. It's my fault. Piper Maid, it's my fault that you want a Trevor James copper alloy. Well, I am not sorry. Because it's a beautiful flute for a really banging price. So yeah, highly recommend. Okay. If I have missed your comment, I am not trying to ignore you. It's just there is a lot going on, all right? And if I missed you, I did not mean to. I am not trying to snub you, okay? But this was really fun, but we got to get started, okay? So let's head on over to the first section of our live stream, which is stuff I already own, okay? So this is stuff that I already have. I have on hand. Okay, I have a new version of this, okay? But because the version that I'm actually using is the old version of the Flute Center's polishing cloth. But if you guys get the Flute Center polishing cloth, it's going to look like this instead. That's why I went and dug this up. I may or may not have taken this from either the Seattle Flute Festival or NFA. I don't recall which one I took this from. But they did let me, like, they're just like, you can have as many as you want. And I was like, okay. So we will start with the first thing on the list. I discovered recently that I actually have two of them. For those of you who have seen my, I believe it's my, like, you know, how to travel with a flute video. I did mention these because these definitely go in my case when I travel with a flute. This is called the Fix It tool. So this thing, and apparently it comes in two sizes. I don't actually know how I ended up with two sizes. I believe I never actually bought these. These used to come in swag bags that the Flute Center would give out with, like, if you did a COA with them and you did the whole concierge package thing for their service. Then this was part of the swag bag. And I recall getting at least 2 or 3 swag bags. And in those swag bags, I think I ended up with 2 Fix It tools that are 2 different sizes. So if you go on the Flute Center page and you go to this particular one, let me find it and put it in the chat for you guys so you guys can see. Let me see. So I think I'm just going to search it. Let's see. Fix It tool. Yeah, there it is. So it's $10. Yes, there is a large and there's a small. Who knew? Apparently, I have both. I don't know how that happened. But here you go, guys. I'm going to put that in the chat for you guys. You guys can use my code, by the way, for accessories now. So my code JAF. And I think you get a little bit off. I think all the description is in the bottom in the description below. But yes, there is a small size and there is a larger size. Personally, I think I prefer the larger size because I feel like I can see what's happening a little bit better. So let me show you guys in the top-down camera. I'm just going to switch over to this camera here. So, okay. Here we go. So I have relatively small hands, just so you guys know, but this is what it looks like. And then when you open it up, one side is a flathead screwdriver. And then the other side is a little rehooking. Oh goodness, this is so. Oh yeah. Okay. So you can see that this thing is kind of like, there's a little divot on the top. There's also a divot, as you can see, on the side. And that allows you to push springs back into the into place, either by pushing inward like this, or you can like kind of hook it and hook it back into place. So I find this extremely just reassuring that this even exists. So I'll show you guys the other side. There you go, flathead screwdriver for the screws on the flute, but make sure you're never over tightening these screws, okay? But yes, see, mini screws are lifesavers, absolutely. So can be used for glasses as well, Chef Maiku is saying. Absolutely, they can. So this is the smaller one. Boop. Camera. Okay, there we go. So this one is the smaller one. It's just shorter, as you can see. So you have a little less kind of length to work with, but this absolutely works in a pinch. So I think it's really just preference. or how much space you have in your case. Let me zoom back out. There we go. We'll zoom back out. Okay, so that, guys, is the Fix-It tool, and it goes for $10 on Flute Center. Honestly, very worth your while. I just happened to get this from like earlier on swag bags. Okay, you thought the bigger was for alto bass. Really? Oh, shoot, you're right. Are they actually different sizes? My goodness, this just shows how much I know about what's going on here. Are they though? Oh, yeah. Wait, you're right. The flute one is a very tiny bit smaller. Man, look at you guys correcting me. Okay, come on. You can do it. Aha! Okay. Can you guys tell? Yeah, you guys can tell. It's very slightly smaller. The smaller one. Very slightly smaller. Yo, this is harder than showing makeup on screen. There we go. Okay, yeah, now you guys can see it is slightly smaller. And then if we look on the other side, yep, there we go. Yeah, they very slightly smaller, which I guess makes sense for the screws that are, you know, on the flute. Cool. I got both in swag bags. I think that's why I didn't realize that there was a difference between the two. Oops. What am I doing? Okay, we're gonna put this all back, putting it all back. But yeah, this is legit, definitely one of the must-haves. Just because, like, as you can see, it's so freaking small, and it's not like an entire kit, you know what I mean? So I do like that these are super small. Yeah, I bring these around with me. So cool. Oh, there we go. Just trying to make sure. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit borked for now. But someone mentioned it would be really cute to put this on a keychain. Yeah, Juby was mentioning that this would be really cute with flute-shaped keychains. I do completely agree. You can actually just make it yourself. That would be fantastic. Yeah, so the small size on the website, you guys can see, I linked it for you guys too. The small size is for C, flute, and piccolo, and the large size is for alto and bass. Thank you for the correction. Thank you. All right, cool. Hey, Brenda, how are you doing? Yeah, so these are definitely lifesavers. You guys can see in the chat that people are agreeing. Okay. So let's do our next item. Let me also find that for you guys, Lev. Let's find it. Here we go. So we are going to, I think it's just polishing cloth. Polishing cloth? Let's just, I guess let's look for, okay. It's definitely part of their holiday gift. I seem to recall that they, yeah, and they're in with a whole bunch of different kits too, but let me see. Swabs, cloths, and cleaners. Let's see if there's just the listing for it. Yeah, it's going for 15 bucks. I will put this here. So, okay, I put the link in the chat for you guys, and it's this guy. Okay, so you might be thinking to yourself, well, Joanna, this is just a branded regular polishing cloth. Why is this so special? Well, some of you have already heard this story, but back in, I believe, 2021, when I was visiting the Flute Center in person, I was just kind of like trying flutes with them and then like cleaning up flutes with them and stuff like that, just hanging out. And I noticed that they were using their own branded polishing cloths to blot the pads of flutes. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, it works really, really well. So I did not do that for a long time. I bought the BG microfiber. We're gonna show you guys later because it should be in the box that's here next to me. So I was using that for a while, and then I went and lost it at the, do you guys remember I did that orchestra concert with Jasmine Choi? I was in the orchestra. Jasmine Choi was performing. And yeah, I went and lost my microfiber pad cleaner at the concert. It's gone. It has been gone since May of 2023. So since then, I've been using an older one, but it's really the same thing, polishing cloth, like Flute Center polishing cloth, to blot my pads. And it has worked so well to the point that I just haven't really gone and bought the BG microfiber pad cleaner again. So I used this particular live stream to ask the Flute Center to send me one again. But I'll show you guys how to actually do this. So let me move some of this stuff off to the side. I'm using my backup flute, which is the Trevor James Copper Alloy C flute. I like the BG blotters too. I do like them, but it's small and I lost it. This one is a little harder to lose, but it is also a little harder to use because it is so big. So I'll show you guys how to do this. So here we go. We're just opening up a brand new spanking one. I'm pretty sure this one was from the Seattle Flute Festival. Like, cause I recall taking like one or two, and then I saw them again at the Flute Center booth because I was hanging out there so much at NFA, and then I was like, no, Joe, control yourself. Stop hoarding polishing cloths. So anyway, those BG blotters are basically cat toys. Keep hidden. Yep. Yeah, so Miguel, you have a few of these, eh? Okay, so I legit watched multiple people at the Flute Center do this, and it works really well. So let's say you got some keys that are sticking. Let's see if there are any sticking keys right now. Nope, no sticking keys right now, sorry. But I can still show you guys how it works. So we'll show you maybe with this key here. So we'll zoom in again. Oops, that was zoom out. Zoom in. Okay, so, ooh, focus on the wrong thing. There we go. Okay, so what you're going to do is slip the polishing cloth while the key is open in between the key and the tone hole, then press down. Do not pull. If you pull while you press the key down, you will rip the pad. So do not pull. You just press, press, press. Don't go too hard, but you can press firmly. And then what you do is you check to make sure it's not still sticking. If it is, then what I usually do is I move to a slightly different part of the cloth. See, it's just a little bit unwieldy. I have actually considered cutting this into smaller pieces, but see, now I'm in a slightly different spot. There we go. So I've nudged it into a slightly different spot, and then it's firm press, firm press, firm press, firm press. That's what they mean by blot. And then once it's actually open and you are not depressing the key anymore, then you slide it out. And that's how you can do any of the keys like this. So personally, I find that the ones that get the most sticky tend to be the ones that are on the underside of the flute. I believe it's probably because the condensation just kind of like, you know, lands there naturally. There we go. So I usually find it's these two keys. So hold it open. Sorry guys for that horrible close-up of my finger. I was clumsy the other day and like absolutely took off the skin of my knuckle there, or joint there. So, okay. So hold down. Goodness gracious, this is so difficult to do. Okay, here we go. So hold down these keys. Goodness, why is this so hard? Okay, hold down these keys, hold them down. Then that will open these guys up. Okay, and then this is pretty easy. I usually do both of them at once. So I'll slide it in like that. You let go of the keys, let go of them here, and that will mean that they are closed. And then I just do a firm press a few times on each firm press. Then I open it, slide it out. So make sure it's always open before you slide it out. Same thing for the G sharp key. You open it on this side, slide it in, close it, firm press a few times, slide it out, that's it. Some other keys that this will happen to, I'll just move out like this. Oh, okay. Some other keys that I notice it happening to tend to be this key. I think a lot of you guys will agree with me. This key tends to do it. Ring finger also tends to. Now, if you play for a really, really long time, then a bunch of your other keys are also going to do this as well. But yeah, there you go. So I can see Miguel is saying much more convenient than using powder paper, also less expensive in the long run since you won't run out of cloth. Exactly. I also wash these. So they're like the BG one is also machine washable as well. It's just that I like how big this is. It's very hard to lose this one. So there you guys go. That is my second item that I'm like need. All right, there we go. Cool. So wouldn't any other polishing cloth do that? You could always try, Marker. You could always try. It's just that for some reason, this very like they discovered that this particular polishing cloth for some reason works really well as a pad blotter. Yeah, because it's like a bit thinner than a lot of polishing cloths are. So for example, here's one from Nagahara. I'm not sure if you guys can really tell, but the Nagahara one is quite a bit thicker. Unsure if you guys can really tell. I think you guys can sort of tell. Like this guy is quite a bit thinner than this, right? Let me see if I have my Brandon one. Yeah, so my Brandon one, this is my Brandon one, same deal. You can, I think, yeah, you can tell on camera that the Brandon one is quite a bit thicker than the Flute Center one. The Flute Center one is like thin enough. You know what I mean? Yeah, thinner than Beaumont cloths. Yeah, it's thin. So that's the interesting thing with the Flute Center polishing cloth is that it's thin enough. It is about the thickness of the BG ones. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, oh, see, Miguel also agrees. Yeah, like if you really compare like typical polishing cloths with the Flute Center one, the Flute Center one is really thin. I believe that is probably why it works so well as a pad blotter. Yeah, and it's not surged on the edges. Exactly. See that this one is surged. This one is also serged on the edges. Like this is very typical of what you'll find of flute polishing cloths. But this one is not. It's not serged on the end. It's just cut. Yeah. And it's that zigzag cut so it doesn't fray. Yeah. S. Anne Marie, hello, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Okay, good question, Marker. Are there any other questions that you guys have? Similar in thickness to the red cloth from Miramatsu. Oh, I don't know that. I have not encountered the red cloth from Miramatsu, but I guess maybe it is similar to this. Maybe. Use pinking shears so it doesn't fray. Thank you. That was the term that I was looking for. Are the pinking shears the ones that cut in this kind of zigzag pattern? Yeah, because that's why I haven't cut into it yet. Because I'm like, I have a feeling that if I cut into it, I'm going to make it fray. I think like I had a feeling that I needed special shears. Yes. Sweet. Thank you guys for confirming. They are called pinking shears. Okay. Now I have the stream to look back on. So I can go and order a pair of shears. Zaggy pinking shears to stop fraying. Okay. Perfect. All right. Well, let's move on to the next thing on our list here. What's the next thing? Okay, this one is interesting, guys. We're going to move to this screen here, and I'm sure you guys are like, Joanna, are you really going to just show us a YouTube video, your own YouTube video? Well, yes. You know why? Do you know why I'm going to do that, guys? It's because I did not have the foresight to remember that if I send my flute in for a COA, that the case goes with it. I don't know why it just didn't occur to me that I wouldn't have the case to show you guys, but good thing I did make a video about this. So this particular case is very expensive. So I would not suggest this as a gift to anyone starting out. Okay, this was actually a gift to me, this thing on the screen here, okay? This was actually a gift for me from an extremely generous gift from a student who went behind my back to conspire with the Flute Center to purchase the exact Wiseman case that I wanted. Because I had taken a look when I went in person in 2021, and because I was already curious about the Wiseman cases at that time. And I just didn't feel like I could justify the purchase of it because I almost never leave the home. I'm very much a work from home flutist. So I was like, I can't really justify this, but I want to look. I'm here at the Flute Center, so I want to look. I had heard about, at that time, fairly new design of these Wiseman cases because they used to come only in this sort of like round case style, but I really wanted a very nondescript from the outside looking case. So I wanted a case that looked like it was a regular French style flute case, which is this kind of hard case inside of the soft case. And but they designed it so that it your flute doesn't lay in the case as it does here. So as you guys can see here, you'll see that the flute lays in the case. You know, like literally it is gravity that is holding it inward this way, right? So it's not being suspended. Whereas in this part that I'm going to play for you guys, it suspends the flute. So your flute actually gets lodged in and suspended within the case. So the whole thing can be flipped upside down and the flute doesn't fall out. So this in particular is fantastic if you travel with your instrument, if you ship your instrument, you know, so your flute is a lot less susceptible to damage when traveling. In particular, I think I mentioned it in this video, if a TSA agent at the airport opens up your case and opens it up upside down, at the very least, you won't be scared that your flute's going to fall out, you know? So, yeah. So after I returned home in 2021, that Christmas, I believe it was that Christmas, my student went and bought this that you see on the screen, this case for me. And I have enjoyed it ever since. It seriously was such a surprise. Like I didn't see it coming. He actually went to the Flute Center and talked to the Flute Center about purchasing one of the Wiseman cases for me. And because I had looked at it in October, they knew the exact one that I wanted. So that's what came in the mail. Absolutely crazy. Hey, Henry, how are you? All right. So, wow, Nicholas. So you said that Wiseman actually showed you the prototype for this case, the French style one, the French style case at NFA 2017. Oh my gosh. That is amazing. Jake, I remember you work over at the Flute Center, right? So if you're wondering what's the problem with my flute, there's no problem. It's just going in for a COA. It's just an annual COA. It's not, at least I don't know. I didn't feel like it was a big problem. I'm sure when I get it back, I'll be like, oh, wow, it plays like new again. But, you know, it's just regular wear and tear. It's nothing crazy. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. I love it. So Wiseman also showed you, look, I can flip it upside down and nothing happens. That's exactly what I'm going to show you guys with this clip. So I wanted to do this live on stream with you guys. But yeah, I just did not have the forethought to think, well, if I send my flute in for a COA, the case goes with it. What the heck, Joanna? Anyway, old YouTube video to the rescue. So let's watch this part together. I'll pop on my headphones too. And then, so for anyone who has not seen my case, this is what my case is. And it is very expensive. But if you're looking for a very expensive gift for a very special someone in your life, okay, who plays the flute, all right? Like, let's say this is your significant other, okay? Your other half, your better half, all right? And you like really want to spoil them, and like they play the flute regularly, this one is a good gift. Like if you're looking for a gift at this caliber, okay? Like it's like nice watch caliber, you know? So anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. So here we go. This is a Wiseman French style flute case. Now, instead of laying your flute into the case, this suspends the flute. So you'll see here that this piece actually tucks into this little piece right here. It's held in place on this side. This foot joint is actually held up. It's a little foam peg right here that will actually suspend your foot joint there. And then you also have on this side a little insert for you to insert the tenon of the body of your flute. And then you can tuck the neck on the other side right in place, and the whole flute is suspended. So I know this looks really, really scary, but you can actually go like this and the flute does not fall out. So this type of case is extremely useful for traveling. It does protect the flute more, prevents the flute from being kind of like rattled around. Is this style of case an absolute must? No, even I wasn't actually going to buy this case for myself until I could justify it. I never could truly justify it because I don't actually travel with my flute that often, but it ended up being gifted to me. Next day, Joanna popping in to add an extra tip. If you know that you are taking your flute through TSA at the airport, one thing that I really recommend is to put a sign on the top of your case that says this side up. You can also put a sign on the other side that says please turn over or this side down, something like that, so that when the TSA agent opens up your case, that they don't open it upside down. Okay, there you go. So you guys saw that? The flip upside down, nothing happens to it. It's amazing. But you guys can see that like the case itself, here, on the outside, here, this is a pretty good shot of the outside of the case. It's completely nondescript. Completely. Like if you open up your case, looks completely normal. And that's what I personally like. I like it when it's subtle. Like I don't really like things that scream money. I don't know if you guys are like that. It's okay if you're not like that. This is just a personal thing. I'm not yucking anyone's yum, okay? It's just my personal thing is I like to have things that are subtle, kind of nondescript, things that don't kind of like yell for attention. I know I play a gold flute, okay? That's for like, yo, I'm actually performing at that point, okay? You know, like when the case is closed, like that, we're not performing, you know? Oh, the BAM cases are also really nice too. Yes, they are. I recall talking about it in a particular Brandon review that I did too. Yeah. But there you go. Yeah, Miguel, you almost bought a Wiseman case at NFA. Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where it 100% is worth it if you walk around with your flute a lot. It does actually protect your flute much more. Like something that I personally notice is that, like I feel like my flute doesn't have to be adjusted as much. Like, and I don't think it's just because I'm like a work from home flutist. I personally noticed that bringing my flute around in a flute case that suspends it, I think it actually like makes it so that you don't have, it is legitimately is not rattling around as much. So I feel like there are fewer adjustments that I need made to it. Lasts longer throughout the year, the wear and tear thing. So understated, that's the word, Deanna, that's the word. Yeah. Oh, I've seen the carbon fiber Wiseman cases too. I cannot help but be kind of in love with them too. Okay, so now that you guys have seen, what this case is, let me give you guys, if you guys are not already looking at it, I am going to give you guys the product page for it. So here we go. Let's look this up. We're looking at, you know what? We're just going to look it up. Wiseman French. So yes, it's $400. There you go. So this is the one that I have. Oh shoot, it's sold out. Dang it. Which one? No, 375? Is this the one that I have? Yeah, no. It's this one. So this is the but this one is sold out. So I don't have the $400 one. I have the $375 one. So let me put this here. It does say it's sold out. So looks like there is a button to notify you when it's available, but that is the one that I own. There is also a carbon fiber version. This one is not sold out, guys, so I will link that for you guys. This one is not sold out. They have a black gold one. Is it black gold? No, the purple one. No. Which one is the one that's sold out? The purple one is sold out. So the black gold and the claret. Is it claret? Those are available. So if you guys, the only difference is that it's carbon fiber on the outside. That's it. I just have the leather one because it looks incredibly nondescript. However, if you are vegan, definitely encourage you to get the carbon fiber one. I think you would have no interest in the leather one. Oh, it's the wine red. Ooh. Oh. The carbon version is also $375 for the French style one. But if you guys want to look at there's other ones, guys, that are wood. Okay, here. I'll link one of them for you guys. So here's a wood one. This one's more expensive. This is $425. Okay, that's a wood one. Really pretty if you're into the wood look. This is it. Okay. But yeah, if you look up just in general Wiseman, let's see. There we go. Wiseman. So if we look at that, yeah. So their combo cases are the expensive ones. Okay. There looks like the combo case, like on the low end, is 600. I want to say. Yeah. Let's see. There's a Haynes Wiseman one. It looks like this one is essentially carbon fiber. But yeah, if you guys just kind of want to look at all the Wiseman ones, here. Well, yeah, search by brand. Okay, here. Yeah, the lowest price for a combo case is 600. It's the one that's round that you can like put a flute and piccolo or like different combo of instruments in there. Yeah. On the high end, it looks like this is probably like the huge one. This is the one. Yeah. Yeah, there's a really big. I know that there's like a giant one that you can get too. But yeah, low end for the combos is 600. So you can have multiple different configurations in it. It's pretty fun. Yeah. Hi, Stacy. Yes, this is the Trevor James copper alloy with my old Brandon head joint. This is my backup flute combo that I have going on. My flute is in for COA right now. Yeah. The weight difference between a regular case and a full carbon case is really significant. Is it now? Good to know. Thank you for letting us know. Mocker wants the Jasmine Choi case, but it's like 1,000. Yeah, I know. It's pretty expensive. I'm seeing that the larger combo case is going for 1,800. It's a pretty hefty price. Okay, so this is why I say if you're gonna get this as a gift for a loved one, please make sure that they are like serious flutists. Okay, not serious as in like they have to be doing this for career, not that, but a serious flutist, one who takes it very seriously. Like, you know your loved one. Maybe this person is a person who's like, involved in like a flute choir, a band. They're regularly going to rehearsals. They're regularly practicing, stuff like that. Like in terms of like, I'm only saying this in terms of whether you want your gift to be fully appreciated for what it is. Okay. So there we go. We will now move on to the next thing. Okay, the next thing is pretty fun. So I've made an entire video on this before, so I'm not going to go into extreme detail. I will, however, link the video for you guys so that anyone who's watching this and has not seen my super old video about it, you guys can take a look. So this is the LefreQue. If I am correct, I believe I said it completely wrong in the entire video. So, but that's the video there. I've just put it in the chat for you guys. It's trying out the LefreQues. And I was reviewing them from the point of view of a consumer. Like, there is a lot of science that goes into what it does and how it does what it does. But I feel like my perspective is more like, what are the actual practical applications from someone who is not a scientist? So what we're looking at is this. So this is the LefreQue. This one in particular was gifted to me by a student. That I have a student who was using this and then decided that this is not, like, it wasn't serving them the way that they wanted. So they donated it to me to kind of mess around with and also to use with my flute. So I think this does kind of require a bit of like a sound demonstration. So you guys remember this video. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I definitely said LefreQue the whole time, but it's actually LefreQue, freak for frequency. Okay, so here, I will just show you guys what I find. Okay, the packaging should really have no bearing on whether you buy this or not, okay? All right, but this definitely makes, you know, the little kid in me very happy because it's a cassette tape. It's a cassette tape case. And it's so freaking cute. So they lodge the LefreQues into like little foam padding that they've stuffed in here, but it is a cassette tape case. Now, you youngins, okay? You youngins who are like in middle school, even high school right now. Okay, high schoolers might have at least heard of cassette tapes. I would not be surprised if you're in middle school watching this and you're like, what's a cassette tape? Okay, because the cassette tape was the predecessor to the CD. I know that some middle schoolers may not even know what a CD is. Okay, the CD was the predecessor to essentially like digital format of audio. Okay. Welcome back to 1900s. Okay, I know a lot of us in here are adults, okay? And so we have absolutely lived through the times that, you know, where we used cassette tapes regularly, okay? I definitely have cassette tape recordings of me playing the flute, okay? If that gives you any idea of how old I am, okay?
Back in my day, we had cassette tapes.
Song and Wind, you raised an 8-track tape. Aren't those little ones that you would put in whatchamacallit? What are those called? The video recorders. What are they called? My mind is blanking. Yeah. 8 tracks are big and you could not rewind them. Oh God, never mind. Oh man. Amazing. Amazing. I love it. We're in good company here. Also, we do need to keep up the meme. The meme is that we're all 55 in here, okay? Look, we decided this in a random stream the other day, okay? That, like, to protect everyone's identities, okay? The moment you enter this chat, you're 55 years old. I don't care how old you actually are, but you're 55 now. Club 55, exactly. Song and Wind, I just saw earlier you were asking if my husband is doing okay. He's doing all right. Thank you so much for asking. You know, definitely we're still dealing with it, but he's doing okay. So, okay. So what this is are 2 plates made out of a specific metal. This particular one, I believe, is sterling silver. Let me see. It should say on the side here somewhere. Does it say here on the side somewhere? Yes. 33 millimeter solid silver is what it says. So 33 millimeter as in the length, Okay, so this particular LefreQue is quite small. Let's see. Okay, so let's switch over to this one so you guys can see what it looks like. There you go. So, okay, it's too shiny. I think that's why. It like doesn't know what to. My dear, dear camera, there's no need for that. Okay, there we go. So that's what they look like. I do apologize that they look so gross, and it's just because I'm an oily person. So let me just shine that up for you guys. It's not shining it up very well. Okay, there we go. All right. So they're just basically these little curved plates that you put on top of each other, and then you snap it onto the flute itself. So this smaller one tends to go on the between one side of the plates. There we go. One side of the plates will be touching the crown, and then the other side will be touching the tube. And what this does is it creates what this is calling a sound bridge. So it's essentially bridging the gap between the crown and the tube. And there is something sciencey going on that helps it sound more like fluid or something like that. That's like the sciencey part of it. There is a bigger one that you can put between the head joint and the whatchamacallit, the body. And then that kind of bridges the gap essentially between the joints. And typically speaking, what you want to do is to put the LefreQue, the sound bridge, you want to put it where there is uninterrupted, here I'll show you guys, uninterrupted metal, right? So you don't want to place the LefreQue in line with any of the tone holes. If you do so, it's not going to be as effective. All right, so kind of it's the same idea with the head joint as well. You want to kind of place it basically not in line with the lip hole. So I think I usually have it around here, because apparently having it facing outward is also really good for resonance and for projection. At least that is from some experimentation that I have done over the years. So what does it do on a practical, in terms of a practical application for those of us who are actually using this and not just interested in it for the sciencey aspect of it? What personally I notice is that it sort of changes the kind of like tone color palette of your flute more into what the LefreQue is made out of. So this is going to be a particularly interesting experiment here, because this is copper alloy. So I believe it's silver and copper. And then this is rose gold, which is copper and gold, along with a few other metals to kind of stabilize it. So this general combination is pretty mellow. It's pretty like round, you know, subtle, right? It's more of a chamber flutist or small room flute kind of flute. It's not like a huge soloistic flute. It's not for like playing the E-Bear in like a huge concert hall, okay? However, if you wanted basically your same flute but have a slightly different kind of like quality to it, so let's say, you know, you do end up playing a solo randomly, right? But you don't want to get a whole nother flute just for that particular event. you can consider getting a LefreQue instead, because this is way cheaper than getting an entire new head joint. It's way cheaper than getting an entire new flute. And it just very subtly changes your sound to match whatever the particular metal is of the LefreQue. So since this is silver, it will cause this flute to take on a more kind of soloistic silver quality. Silver tends to be a little bit more present, a little bit more projecting, a little bit more kind of in your face than gold and copper does. So let's do a little sound test for you guys to hear me do this. But before we do that, I will show you how I do this. So I learned over the years, this part did not make it into the LefreQue video, but what you want to do is very slightly, like just very slightly loosen your head joint cord. I don't even know if you guys saw how little I did it. It's just from fully closed to just a hair loosened. And apparently that kind of helps with the whatchamacallit, the resonance, okay, with the LefreQue. So I hope I remember how to do this. So you want to hold the there we go. So you want to hold the LefreQue, 2 plates right next to each other like that in your hand. You want the nubs against the other plate, and then the other plate should be smooth. Then you have the elastic placed like this, because the idea is to kind of like put this onto your flute and then be able to snap around like this. So I'm showing it to you like this so you can see both sides. What you're going to do is take your other hand, go like this, and then that will be wrapped around the tube. All right, so I'm going to do this pretty quick on here. You can adjust this afterwards. There we go. And then, so I'm adjusting it a little bit. Okay, so you can see now that it is attached to the crown, and you can see that it is touching the crown and then touching the rest of the instrument that is uninterrupted. I would say I would actually move it a tiny bit more just so that it's really not in line with the lip hole. Okay. There you go. Okay, so here we go. Now, I think what I'll do first though, now that I've shown you how to put it on, I am going to tighten this up again. Not too much, but just tighten it up a little. And then I'm going to play it for you guys so you guys can hear how it sounds. And then I will play with the LefreQue so you guys can hear how differently that sounds. Some people will not pick up the difference. Some people will. I think it kind of depends on the person. But I do notice a difference personally. So anyway, let's do this. You would need thin latex. Oh, do you have a... Oh no, your skin reacts to silver. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That sucks, man. So the previous owner of one of the flutes that I own, the oil in their, or like the acid in their sweat ate through the metal. So at least yours is only turning it black. The other one just straight up ate through the metal. Yeah. It reacts to your acid. I wonder if it's the same. I like that you call it your alien acid. I'm so sorry, man. That sucks. It eats through the metal. You are the same as the previous owner of my flute. Rods end up corroded. Wow. That is insane. I'm so sorry, man. Oh, that sucks. Oh, man. Oh, sad. That's super sad. Okay, well, let me show this to you guys. I'm just going to be playing a little bit. Something random. Maybe like a little bit of Genshin or something. and then I'll play it again with the LefreQue. You guys should be able to hear a very slight difference. So like this is going to sound very like mellow chamber music style. So that's what we sound like. Like, you hear how like lovely and mellow that is, you know? Really mellow, really kind of like, you know, it's really nice like if you're to play with other people. Okay. So we're now going to very slightly loosen the head joint crown. Oh, right. And then I do kind of enjoy that I still remember how to do this, because I remember it was quite the learning curve for me to figure out how to do this. Okay, yes, I do enjoy the fact that I still remember how to do this. Okay, so it's touching the crown, touching the tube. It does add a little bit of weight to the head joint. So you're going to feel like it kind of, like, you'll feel that it affects the weight distribution as you play. Okay, here we go. Okay, I don't know about you guys. Yeah, so you guys can hear the difference. Like, it's an insanely, like, insane difference. Like, it's suddenly, like, this flute essentially suddenly took on more of the quality of a silver flute. And, yeah, the crisper sound. Yeah, exactly. Because silver has a, like, naturally more crisp sound than copper, than gold. Yeah, you hear how much brighter it sounds. Exactly. Like, you know, we're essentially stepping away from this kind of like mellow, you know, kind of like round quality of the gold and the copper. Yeah. Huge difference in sound, right? So in my opinion, LefreQues are best used for this purpose, which is to change your tone color palette on purpose for a particular reason, right? It's, in my opinion, it's not really about it making you sound better. It's about making you sound different for a very, you know, particular reason, right? So this combo of flute with the LefreQue will be perfect for me to pull off something like the Iber, okay? Because if I were to try to play the Iber with this combo of flute without the LefreQue, it would probably sound way too mellow. So, yeah. I also do think it can change how you approach your flute too. Yeah. So, again, I just wanted to like share with you guys that you guys can get a bigger one. There's a bigger one that goes is designed to go between the head joint and the body. I have heard of some people actually putting it between the body and the foot joint as well. I believe that's the smaller one. And I do know that there is a gigantic one too. There's a really freaking gigantic one. One of my students has it and they sound fantastic on it. But I would assume that those huge ones may work even better on like an alto flute, bass flute, that type of thing. So, this is not exactly inexpensive because you are purchasing precious metals while doing this. So, I will put in here a link to all of the LefreQues. So if we look at performance aids and we look at LefreQue. Okay, I'm just going to kind of give you the entire Flute Center collection so you guys can shop. There's the link. It's in the chat. But yeah, so I have the 33 millimeter solid silver one. And let's see, how much is that one going for? Yeah, it's a pretty penny. It's $180 right now. Prices inflate over time, so if you're watching this after the fact, it may not be that price anymore. Yeah. There you go. So, happy shopping, guys. Yeah, these are a pretty penny. But if you watch my LefreQue video, you'll see me trying a bunch of different ones. And it's really interesting because you can make a silver flute more mellow by popping like a red brass one, like a red brass LefreQue or a gold LefreQue or something like that on it. So it can go both ways. It doesn't just make your sound crisp. It just makes your sound different. It adopts the kind of tonal qualities of the LefreQue. It's very cool. It would transform the sound of a Bundy. Probably. Yeah. Like, it sort of like your flute will end up adopting the tone color palette of whatever material the LefreQue is made out of. So this copper, gold, and, copper alloy flute here combo that I have in front of me, this guy, has now adopted silver qualities. Does that make sense? Yeah, there you go. Miguel has red brass LefreQue. You love the warm sound it gives your flute. Exactly. Because you sort of like, essentially you've added the warmth that is coming from the LefreQue, right? There you go. Okay, wonderful. So there is that. Shall we continue? All right, so just very quickly, I wanted to go over some old favorites. And I wanted to sort of like tell you guys the story of how they helped me. So these are the ones. So if you guys probably have seen these before, these are the, let me switch on over to this one so I can show you guys a nice close-up. So this is the very famous Solexa finger port and thumb port. This is the finger port and this is the thumb port. I swore by these for a long time. You see how much I swore by it? My thumb went right through, ground right through the rubber here. And that is the plastic peeking through. Like, that's how much I use this, okay? I use this so much. I believe this is probably the second finger port and thumb port. So I don't think I have even my old one before these ones. So I used them for a very long time. They were tried and true and helped me a lot before I kind of like readjusted how I play. So in terms of how they work, I will send us back here. I think it's a little easier to see by doing this. So the thumb port goes essentially where your right thumb goes. So I usually tell people to hold up a number 4, put your fingers onto the keys as naturally as possible, and then put your thumb out wherever is natural. And then that's essentially where you put your thumb port. So I would put mine right there if I was using it. So what a lot of people will find is that it just kind of helps you feel like the flute's not rocking around, which is really, really nice if you are like just starting out, or if you are, you have some issues with feeling like the flute is rocking around. It is super nice for that. You guys see that? It's really nice. The other thing too is that if you have a really short thumb, this can sort of act as a bit of an extension for you, which is really nice. Now, the other side is where I put the finger port. So the finger port, you can put it 2 different ways. This particular flute does not have a C-sharp trill, so I can actually put it this way, where the extra tab is on this side. There we go. That's more in focus. All right. So this is really just sort of like extra padding. That's really all it is. It's a little bit of extra padding, a little bit of extra space. You know, if you feel like you get very cramped against the flute and you want a little bit of extra height, then it's really good. Now, personally, I'm more used to it the other way because my usual flute has a C-sharp trill, which means that in this empty space here, there's an extra key. So I can't put the thumb port on that way that I just showed you. So on my other flute, I have to put it on like this. So I stick the little tab part of it in between these top two keys. You just got to make sure that the keys will still freely move. Personally, I find that this is like the most comfortable for me. Like it fits into my hand the most properly this way, but that's just me. You have to kind of experiment. Some people like it flipped the other way instead because that's how their hand feels the most comfortable. Everyone's hands are different. Okay. So this helped me for the longest time, like absolutely for the longest time. Now, why do I not use them anymore? I went through the absolute, like, it's very hard to do this, but I made myself go through it. I went through a whole like posture change. So I tried out the rockstro grip, which is to rotate the body of the flute outward, so that your fingers can play them more at like, not completely on the side, but like at a 45-degree angle. It's a lot easier to reach the keys that way, especially if you have small hands and you have like kind of short limbs. It's much easier for you to play. The rockstro grip is essentially how Irish flutists play the flute. This is how people used to play the flute in, like, you know, for a Baroque flute. So it works really well for people who are short like me. I'm quite short. I'm quite small. And I noticed that ever since I actually corrected that, and then I like used that to sort of correct the rest of my body, which took a lot of like, took a lot of mental energy. And it was a slog. I would compare the struggle of a posture change to that of an embouchure change. It was a struggle. I did kind of record the whole thing going on because I think I did this posture change when I kind of came back to YouTube to stream my practice sessions. And then I did the whole, it took a long time, guys. It took a really long time. But with the new posture, now that I've been through the entire posture change, I've personally found that I no longer needed these performance aids. So I think it really depends on how gung-ho you want to be to like really deep dive into your posture, like the most ergonomic posture for you on the flute. These guys kind of help you not have to go through that process, especially if you don't play the flute professionally. Okay. I think for me, since I play the flute professionally and because I do this for a living, I think it was really important for me to actually go through that proper posture change to find an ergonomic way of holding the flute that actually works for my body. But that took a lot of tweaking. It took a lot of mental energy. And it sucked. There's no other way of putting it. Like the posture change absolutely sucked. Okay. But this held me through for years. It made a huge difference in my playing, especially in my third year when I first got this. I just noticed how much more stability it gave me. So if you guys want to take a look at these, I will link that for you as well. So let me look here. It would be thumb port. There we go. So I will link that for you. You're not sure what professional means in 2024. What I mean by professional is that you do this for a living. So whether you're a teacher or like me, you're a content creator, you review flutes, or you perform regularly, that type of thing. Like essentially 100% if you're paid to do it, you should probably look into like how you should hold the flute ergonomically the best, right? That's not to say that you cannot have performance aids as a professional. That I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that you need to discover which performance aids are crutches and which performance aids are musts. So we're going to get to one of my musts in a second. All right. And I will again explain why. So for me, these ended up more so being crutches. But they were great crutches. They got me through music school. They were fantastic crutches. But yeah, I did go through the sort of messy posture change. Yeah. Does getting paid mean someone is good? No, it doesn't. But that means that you should get good. Does that make sense? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that when I was paid, I was good, but I definitely felt the need to get good. Does that make sense? Yeah, Nicholas remembers. Justin the Flute Guy remembers me going through the posture change. Yeah, and then did you notice that I just kind of like slowly just ended up not using like any of these kinds of like posture aids? Like I started to, you notice that I just kind of started to get lazy and not put them back on, you know? Flute Man, hello. Make zero money from flute playing. Well, here's the thing. Even if you do get paid, you don't get paid very much. Right? Everyone knows that about being a musician. Yeah. We're all in the same boat. No worries. Yeah. Yes. That's exactly it. So Victor gets it. So I'm saying that if you do get paid for it, you absolutely should look into it. Now, if you don't get paid for it, you can do whatever you want. You are absolutely free to do whatever you want. I pay you with experience. Exactly. So yeah. Yeah, the whole thing about like being a professional or not professional is a very, very like murky gray zone thing. In my opinion, it doesn't matter. For me, it's more so the idea that if you are getting paid for it, then you better be up to snuff. You know what I mean? But if you're not being paid for it, do whatever you want. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel you. I absolutely feel you, Song and Wind. I totally feel you. I am in the field myself and I feel you. I had an interesting conversation with someone the other day who asked about my career. And I mentioned that, like, to be completely frank with you, a large part of my career is actually quite traditional. Teaching. So teaching makes up a huge bulk, if not the bigger bulk of my income, and it is regular. And I think a lot of people don't see that because they just don't see me teaching. So, you got to do what you need to do to, put bread on the table, pay your bills and stuff like that. I know. Isn't that ridiculous, Song and Wind? I agree that that's freaking ridiculous. Man. Anyway, so did I give you guys the Solexa ones? Yeah. Okay. So the earlier link that I gave for you guys is the one for the thumb port and the finger port. These ones are not quite so damaging to the wallet. So these ones are looks like $22 for per. Really great. Got me through so many years of playing. I want to say more than 10 years of playing. Absolutely got me through it, and I wouldn't be where I am if not for the thumb port and the finger port. So I do highly recommend. It's really fantastic. Okay, moving on. So we are now finally getting to the part where I can open the box. I know it's like really late to do that, but we're going to do it. Let's open this box. So this is the second part of this stream, which is I'm finally fulfilling my wish list. There are 2 items in here. So I'm going to open this down here. Okay. Just so I don't accidentally dox myself or anything, but hopefully you guys can hear the box opening up. Let's do this. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. Got it open. You guys could hear that, right? So you guys know I'm opening this like, you know, on stream. Okay. So we have this. Perfect. Okay. Let's see if I can find the ones I'm looking for. Okay. Oh! Flute Center, you didn't have to. They gave me a bunch of pencils. Thanks, guys. Cute. I think these are Trevor James pencils. Cute. Thank you. Okay. All right. Yes. We got one. And then let's see where the other ones are. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, we got the 2 items. Okay. All right, first one I already mentioned earlier. We are fulfilling my wish list. So these are 2 things that I actually have been thinking of repurchasing/purchasing. It's here again. This is the BG microfiber pad cleaner. And I know it's showing a clarinet or something like that, but it really it's for all the instruments. It doesn't matter. Okay. So I believe I made the mistake of not bringing this bag with me on stage. And so I only brought this little thing with me, and I lost it. It's gone. It is bye-bye. So now I finally have it again. This is really great. This really will not hurt your wallet. I think this thing is only what, like $7 or $8, something like that. Let me find it for you guys. Accessories. Is it here? BG. Yes. Yeah, it's $6.75. It's fantastic. Here. There we go. Okay, I've linked it for you guys. $6.75. I know, like, you're like, $6.75 for this little thing? Oh, man, you're going to be using it forever if you don't lose it. Okay? So I highly recommend that you bring it around in this bag just so that it's big enough that you won't lose it. Okay? And just keep putting it back in the bag, you know, after it's dry or after you've used it or whatever. Okay. So here I will show you guys. This is definitely easier to use than the full Flute Center polishing cloth. Definitely easier to use, but easier to lose. Okay? So we'll do this. So we'll show you guys again with the same keys. Ooh, this is way too large and in charge. We're just gonna kind of lay it in the case here. Okay. So there we go. And then let's have it focus on me. Okay, wonderful. So same thing as I showed before. With the key open, slide it under the key, then close, firm press a few times. Don't smash it, but do a firm press. And then once it's open, you can slide it out. Never hold it closed and slide it as it's closed because you'll rip the pad. For keys that that open when you depress them. So these trill keys. So we're gonna press these 2 keys and that'll open these keys here. My goodness, this is the thing with working with shiny instruments. There we go. So you can see these opening here, and that's from me pressing these keys down. Okay, so here we go. Press them down to open them, slide it in. You see how much easier it is to handle this because it's so small, right? Then firm press, firm press, firm press. Open it, then slide it out. Okay, that's all you do. I really love this. Like, I think I'm gonna love it again. Just because it's really, really easy to use. All right. I personally would not pull for any of the pads. I am not a flute technician, so I am just not going to risk it. So that's why I like to tell you guys to don't pull. If you pull, you definitely run the risk of ripping the pads. Put an air tag on this one. Let's see. You can mess up the shims over time. Definitely, yes. Definitely you can mess up the shims. So if you guys don't know what the shims are these tiny little pieces of, I forget if they're plastic or something else, that they put underneath the pad to kind of like re-level your pad so that it covers the tone hole completely all around. And those are hidden. So they're like kind of in between the like metal part of the key and the pad. Those are called shims. So you can imagine that if you like, rip it over, you can end up kind of offsetting a bunch of it, right? Yeah. So, I do highly recommend this. This is washable. So what I do in order to not lose it in the washing machine, I put it in a laundry bag. So like it's a pretty small laundry bag, but it is a laundry bag. And at least that way I won't lose it, but it can also be just like put in the washing machine. I did that week after week after week, right up until I lost it. And now I will be doing it again. So this thing is pretty darn cheap. Doesn't really, this is a pretty good stocking stuffer in my opinion. So I do highly recommend. It's super useful. I really like it. The edges, there's no surged edge. It looks like they've they've somehow finished the edge, but it's like completely thin. It's really awesome. Yeah. Hey, Period, how are you? Rose gold has copper in it. So copper kind of, at least in my opinion, it makes the flute very kind of like chameleon-like. So like it doesn't really have its own kind of like designated tone, tone palette, like tone color palette. It kind of lets you do whatever you want with it. So some people find it kind of all over the place and don't really like it. Other people really like the flexibility of it. At least that's what I notice personally. That's what I notice about copper. And that's why I like copper. Okay. Let's move on to the next very, very exciting thing. I've been wanting to like get this for a long time. Okay. So I've mentioned this on stream before, but it's finally here. Pluggos. So this looks very nondescript, okay? But they are fancy plugs that make your keys look like they are closed hole. So the story here is that back in May, I believe, I finally decided that I was going to stop lying to myself. Okay. I was like, was this May or was this April? It might have been April. It's April or May, one of the two. It's definitely in sort of like the late spring. So just another flute guy here in the chat mentioned to me one time in a practice stream saying that their teacher plugs the right ring finger key. And I was like, I didn't know that. She plays like a god. So what am I struggling for? Well, what do I have to prove? Why am I trying to like prove that I can just cover that hole when I don't normally have to slide off that hole to do pitch bends and stuff like that. Yes, it really has been since May. I recall that it was April or May. And so I was like, you know, I had sort of a bag of plugs just kind of lying around. So I just used that on my flute. And then, so since then, I've been like, because at first I was just using the regular plugs to just be like, oh, okay, I'll just kind of like try this. But then I was like, you know, I wanted to make it a little bit more permanent. And I really liked the idea of, you know, kind of making it just look like it was closed hole. I had seen it before. Someone had showed me their flute where they had used one of these and just kind of like put it into their flute. So unfortunately, I do not have my own flute right now to do this on, but apparently I want to see if they come in slightly different sizes. This one is a 7mm. Which I had asked the Flute Center about because I was like, I know that Brandon, like tone holes, not tone holes, but like the keys and stuff are like a hair smaller than a lot of other flutes. So, but she was like, no, the 7mm will fit, which is cool. So let's hope that it fits into here, the Trevor James. But I'm going to look in here. Let's see, where would it be under? This would probably be under ergonomic tools. And we're gonna look. So these are Plugos by Powell Flutes. Did I just look up Powell? Yes. Okay. Let's see if it has slightly different sizes. So there's a standard and then there's a large. So standard is the 7mm and then the large ones are 9mm. Okay, there you go. So essentially this confirms that I'm not crazy and I definitely can feel when the plugs are really big, like, or when the holes are really big, the open holes are really big. Okay. So let's try this out. Oh, I'll link it for you guys. So there you go. The Plugos look so beautiful that your tech didn't notice your flute was plateau keys. That's amazing. All right. So Sean, Flute Man, you've just decided yourself now to plug it. You've struggled with this too. You know, okay, Nicholas, I hope your professor's okay with it because honestly, she was like such an inspiration for me to just stop struggling. You know, the moment that I heard that she did it, I was like, then why am I struggling? What do I have to prove? You know? Okay. Let's do this. I've been wanting this for a really long time, guys. I mean, like, this has been like legit on my wish list. Okay. All right. Let's open this up. Oh, okay. All right. Look how delightfully nondescript this is. I love this. Okay. So here we go, guys. That's what it looks like. Let's give you guys a nice close-up. Gotta do the close-up, right, guys? Ooh, close-up. Oh, close-up. Blurry close-up. Okay, not blurry close-up. There you go. Delightfully nondescript, right? Isn't that nice? I love it. Okay, so, and they just came right up. There are detailed instructions. We're gonna go look at the instructions. Okay, let's do this. Let's look. Okay, I don't want to just pop them in. I want to actually read the instructions. Just in case. You know what? Because we don't want to mess it up. Okay. So here. So this is, we're going to go to Powell Flutes. flute.com/plugos. I think they changed it. So we're going to use the search function on their website. Plug O. I'm going to Google it. Powell Flutes Plug O instructions. They changed the site. So save the handle. Okay, I guess it's this. Yeah, so save this thing for removal and storage. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is watch someone do this. So give me a second, guys. I'm gonna do some research. Huh. We're gonna look plug O's instruction. Plug O's. We gotta put flute in there. Flute plug O's instructions. Keep the tool. Is this the tool? I'm reading the chat right now. That is the tool. Oh, okay. Good to know. I wonder if they just changed where the site is. Can you guys find the site with the instructions? Okay, I'm looking for... You only need the tool to remove a plug. How does one do that? Because I cannot find the instructions online. Because that site does... That page does not exist on their website anymore. Okay, we're going to have to get chat to teach me. So you just popped it in from the top of the key, getting one out. You use the little raised part to pop it out from under. Oh, is it this? I noticed the little nub. I noticed the nub. Is that what you're talking about? Like, sorry, the nub, this nub. Is that what you're talking about? So you insert it under the tone hole. Oh, okay. So, okay. All right. Okay. 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 Thank you. Okay. So, like, to remove it, I would, like, go like this and then pop it up, right? Is that how you do it? So go in underneath and then pop it up. Okay. Okay. Thanks, guys. So if you guys were wondering how to do it, chat taught me how to do it. Okay. So I can just pop it out of the card first, right? So let's do that. Okay. Oh, that's how, so there's like a little silicone bit. I'll show you guys here. Oh, that's how it works. So there's like a little like rubberized, it's probably, I don't know what it's made of, but it's like a little rubberized thing that's the thing that's holding it in there. Okay, I see. And then it's completely like solid here. So that's what the nub will be nudging up against in order to pop it back up, right? You can put it in ChatGPT and it tells you how to use it, Ruth? Really? Good old ChatGPT. Okay, we're going to try this. So actually, you guys might still want the close-up of me trying this. Okay, we'll try it. Okay, so, oh my God. Oh my God. That's so nice, guys. That's so nice. What the heck? Yo, that is so nice. Oh my God, I'm kind of in love. Guys, I'm kind of in love. Oh my God. It looks closed hole, doesn't it? It looks so good. Oh, I'm in love. I'm in love. This is so nice. Okay. Okay. I can't wait to do this on like my actual flute, on actual Rose. I can't wait. I cannot wait for Rose to come back for me to do that. Okay, let's play a bit. Let's play a bit. Yo, this is like Christmas for me. Yeah, they're sterling silver. That's why they're that expensive. That's why they're like $50. Okay. Oh, very comfortable too. Mm-hmm. Completely agree with Saturday. Yes, they are spendy, but they don't get pushed down. That was the thing that I did not really like about the silicone plugs. Like that was exactly the thing I didn't like, because I noticed that if I pressed like at the wrong angle even, it would push the plug in even further, and then you'd have to just push the whole thing through and then like put it back on entirely in order to kind of like reseat it. But I love, like, this just feels, it's solid. You can definitely feel the edges of it, but it's nice. I really like it. I completely agree. I love that I can't feel the silicone. Like, I love that I can feel actual metal. It feels so nice. Oh my God. I'm so happy. Oh yeah. Yeah. So Emily at the Flute Center was saying that the 7mm should fit in my Brandon, so I'm not worried at all. Okay, however, I do think it would be very remiss of us to not try and pop it out, right? So let's try to pop it out on camera. Okay, I'm just gonna like take apart more of the flute just so I don't accidentally knock anything askew. Okay. All right, we're gonna try this. Okay. Focus on my hand. Okay. So, it's still not focusing properly. Okay, here we go. So, you see that nub there? That is what you guys are telling me is what pops it up. So okay, we're gonna have to, there we go. Okay, let's try this. Am I doing it? How do you do it? I think I'm gonna try it on camera like this because I think I need a better grip on it. So yeah, it pushed it up. There we go. I cannot do this as a close-up, guys. Because you have to have a pretty good grip on it. So I put the end of the flute down on a little, like on my little like desk pad here. Yeah, and then you kind of have to get a pretty good grip on it. It doesn't seem no danger of bending the key. No, it doesn't take a lot of force. You just need to have a good grip on the flute itself. Because like if I'm showing it to you on like, as a close-up, I'm holding it in midair. So like I don't have like a kind of like a good like solid grip on here. What flute is this? Hi, Steven. How are you? So this is my Trevor James copper alloy backup flute with my old Brannon head joint with a silver 33mm LefreQue on the here we go, the crown to head joint. That's my little combo I've got going on here. So nice to see you here, Steven. Let's see. So there's a flat design, which must be the one I'm using. There are other designs on there on the plug too. Really, Ruth? Truly? Really? Interesting. Well, this is the one that Flute Center is selling. Personally, for me, I really love the nondescriptness of it. I think you guys have heard me say that way too many times in this particular stream, but I really like things understated. I think someone else had the correct, that was exactly the word I was looking for. Like, I love how understated it is. So here, I'll show you guys here. You guys see? It just looks like it just looks like a regular old closed hole, which is freaking awesome. Okay, I'm gonna put my hand here, and then maybe I might want to like focus on my hand. Hello, hello. There we go. Cool. So, yeah, I love that. Look at that. It just looks like a closed hole. Oh, it's so nice. Like, that just looks professional, you know? Oh, yeah, you see me. Exactly. I love this combo. This particular combo is really great. This combo of like all the things going on here is like pretty close to my normal flute, but not quite. It doesn't quite hit the mark, but it's pretty close. So it's really good as a backup. Yeah, I probably should use manual focus too, but oh my goodness. Oh well. Wow, really, Song Win? That is serious money. Oh man. Uh Okay. Well, I am even more pleased with these than I thought I would be. So, okay, very important, all of y'all, okay? Make sure you don't throw away this thing that holds the plugs, okay? Because it is the tool. This nub at the top here is what can help, is the tool to pop up the plug if ever you need to unplug it. Okay, so just make sure you guys do that. I think this is a fantastic gift. A very expensive stocking stuffer, but honestly, this is a great gift. This is a really, really great gift. You may just need to double check if you're buying this for someone else. You may want to just double check how big their plugs are, or how big their open holes are. So, obviously that might spoil the surprise. Okay. But it's better to get them something that actually fits their flute. But yeah, so that's what I did. I asked the Flute Center. I told them that, I play a Brandon, which side should I get? And then they said the 7mm would fit. So, what you could do if you're trying to surprise someone is like, if you know what their instrument is, you can then just sort of like, if you know the brand, you can just go to the Flute Center and say, hey, I want to buy this for this person who has this brand. Which size should I get? And then they can tell you, and then you can still maintain the surprise. So just some tips for y'all if you want to, spoil your flutey loved one. All right. Steven, yours came with one singular pluggo. You want more? Well. Well. Yeah, so one is going in here. This is just going to live on this flute now. And then another one will be going on my main flute, Rose. And then I guess if I have any other flutes in the future, these are probably going to get used too. So, yeah. Okay. Great. Let's see. Should I upload a pluggo just on using, should I upload a pluggo? Upload a video just using the pluggos. I'm probably going to snatch some of my reaction from this video. From this live stream, because I think it's nice to see my actual reaction. Okay. Second part of the stream has been completed. We have fulfilled my personal wish list now. So now this next section is stuff that I don't actually need because I already have stuff that does the same thing, but they're new-ish to me on the market. I've seen it around for like a couple of years, some of them for quite a few years, but I've just never really had the justification to buy them because I knew that, like, you know, personally for me, I already had other stuff that I was using. But I've been very curious about these, and they are some of the best sellers on Flute Center. So let's take a look at them, okay? So the first one is a Beaumont microfiber cleaning cloth. I finally got one. Okay, now you're probably thinking to yourself, Joanna, you already showed us 3 different polishing cloths in this stream. Do you really need another one? You are absolutely correct. If you say that, I absolutely do not need another one, but I saw this on their best-selling list, and we're like, we're going to make a stream anyway. We're going to send you accessories anyway, so do you want one? And I'm like, yes. So this is purely for Joanna's vanity, okay? But I have heard some really good things about Beaumont. So made from recycled plastic bottles. Really fantastic. So this is a large microfiber instrument polishing cloth. Is there anything else that's interesting? So this is grand chiffon microfiber. Interesting. Okay. 90% polyester and 10% polyamide. Is that how you say it? Did I say it correctly? I don't know if I said it correctly, but let's take it out. It's a polishing cloth. Like there's real, okay. It's a pretty polishing cloth. That's what it is, guys. Okay. So here it is. Oh, interesting. Oh, the texture is interesting. Okay. I have not had a polishing cloth that feels like this. Oh, interesting. Okay, I want to know, can I wash this? Guys, all right, chat, can you help me again? I know a bunch of you guys own a Beaumont cloth. Do you guys put this in the wash? Is this what you do? What do you do? Do you not wash it? What do you guys do? I don't see any instructions on here about whether to wash it or not. Yeah. You have a collection of them before you made your own. Okay, so Steven, you washed yours in the sink. Juby, you've washed yours. You've hand washed. Okay, so we have 2 votes for hand washing. Okay. What do the rest of y'all do? Miguel, what do you do? Okay. So Nicholas here throws it in the wash and dryer. Okay, we have a 3rd vote for hand washing. Okay, but you've put it in the wash and nothing happened to it. Okay. Eric, you as well. Okay, you've washed yours in the washing. Okay, so we have 3 votes for washing machine. Don't tell the maker. You guys are so funny. Okay. So the reason why I ask is because the texture of this is like, it's so slick. You guys hear that? You know, like, because that's not the sound that you would get from this. You guys hear that difference? Right? I feel so creepy doing this, but like, you guys hear that? But then you guys hear, okay, I won't talk over it. You know what I mean? Like, I hope that can like communicate to you guys how this feels. It's a little on the stiffer side. So does it loosen up after a wash? Because I know that a whole bunch of you guys have this. Does it loosen it up? Is that a Beaumont? Yes, it's a Beaumont. Does it loosen up after a wash? Because it's a wee bit stiff. You love taking yours on stage and low-key showing it off while polishing your flute. I love it. I love it. You guys are the best. Okay, so it feels nicer after wash and dry. Okay, good to know. I wanted to know. I wanted to ask you guys. Legitimately, I was actually wanting to ask you guys. I like that it is printed differently on both sides. So it's actually the print doesn't go all the way through. I like that it is actually printed on both sides. That's interesting. That's really interesting. It is. Oh, okay, I see you, Beaumont. This is not a surged edge. This is like, is it called piping? It's piping without the stiff little cord inside. So I'll show you guys on the close-up again. Okay. It's not surged. That is not surged. That is a completely different material that's been sewn on. So it's sewn both on the outside and on the inside. So that, I'm guessing it's so that it doesn't curl. It's a rolled hem. There you go. A rolled hem. This is not surged. So if you guys want to see what surged looks like, this is what surged looks like. So this is when you feed it through that machine that chops the cloth while kind of finishing the edge with this thread. So my Brandon, that was the Nagahara. My Brandon one is also surged. You can see that. Yeah, this one is surged. This one is not surged. Oh, okay. I see you. I see you, Beaumont. I see you. I understand now. Okay. Each side is printed separately. You got a rolled hem. Very slick. Okay, I'm gonna now dirty up my my head joint. Here, we'll dirty up my head joint. Oops. There we go. There we go. Let's dirty up my head joint. It's very easy for me to dirty it up. Look at that. I just need to like put my fingerprints all over it. Okay. Yeah, nice and cloudy. Okay. This has not been washed and dried though. Okay, so this definitely is kind of like a, let's just see how it works. So here we go. Oh, okay. All right. I see you. Okay. Yes. Okay. Very shiny. Okay. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Okay. I understand why a bunch of you guys have a collection of these now. I've wondered for a long time, guys, okay? Because I've seen other people use them, and I've seen them, okay? I've heard about it. Y'all talk about it all the time in the chat. And I've been like, really? You know? I get it. I get it. So, how much does this cost? From what I know, it's not too bad. So let me look it up. So this is swabs polishing cloth. Okay. Cool. So we have what is it? Beaumont. There we go. Oh, this is a great stocking stuffer. Okay. The this is the let me see. This one is the cleaning polishing cloth, right? So it's not the swab. They have a swab too. Okay. Yeah, large one, and then I have, yeah, exactly. Okay. It's only $13, guys. Great stocking stuffer. And also, if you just like want to try it just to try it, this is, I should have just bought one. I should have just bought one. It's $13. Come on, guys. Okay. So yeah, you use their swab. Excellent. Yeah. I like this. This is nice. I understand now. I understand the hype. Okay. We got to move on because I can see that, of course, I'm taking a really long time. I said I was going to take a break, but I don't even feel like taking a break. Okay, we got two more. So we have, these I've been very interested in. These are, I don't know how many of you guys already have this because this is on the best-selling list. This is the Roy, and I hope I'm saying it correctly, the Roy Master Cleaner for the flute, which is this one. And then we have the Piccolo Master Cleaner. Now, what I find particularly interesting about this is that you can, I think, pop off the felt part or like the cleaner part. It may not be felt, but you can pop off the cleaner part of it for like washing or something like that. Well, let's see if I'm correct. So this is what it looks like. So it looks like a regular flute cleaning flag, right? Is this this one is the, yeah, this one's the flute one. So can I pop this off? Is that a thing? No. Yes. Oh, and that's how it stays on. I've been wondering for the longest time because I'm like, how does this thing not just like roll around? Okay, we're going to show you guys. I see now. I see. Okay, so you can take this part off. So if I go like this, oh gosh. Okay. I just did it, guys. Okay, it's coming out. So you guys see that? So the inner rod part has fins. You guys can see that? Okay. I am now going to go back to this so I can have a better grip on it. There we go. Doing it like it midair like that, like, oh my gosh, it sucks. But anyway, so you guys can see now, this thing has little fins on it, and that's what keeps this thing from rolling around. That's interesting. Okay, that's interesting. So I'll show you guys the close-up again. So this is essentially without the cleaner part. This thing is all one piece. It's, oh goodness, why is it black? Why does it have to be black? There we go. Okay, so this is all one piece. So if you look on the side, it's all cut out of one piece. These are not attached on. It's all one piece with the rod. That's really interesting. So then when you put the cleaner part back on, right, that's why it doesn't just swivel around. I've been wondering that for the longest time. Like, I've been like, how does the cleaner part not like swivel around. Okay, so we're gonna pop it back on. Okay, so I have been playing for a bit, so let's see how well it works. Okay, so you guys can, I think you guys can see that it's a little damp in there. Yeah, you guys can see it's a little damp in there. Damn, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm trying not to like show you guys my awful like knuckle. But okay, it is damp in there. Yeah, you guys can see that. So let's see how this works. Again, this is before washing this, but let's just see. Oh, it's stiff. Oh, it's a stiff boy. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of like encourage it in. There we go. So I've encouraged it in. I'm gonna guess that it like loosens up a little bit after you wash it, but we're gonna use it exactly like a flute flag. I'm just kind of rotating it like this. Rotate, rotate. Okay. Okay. That's pretty dry. Yeah. I'm looking in here. Yeah, it's dry. Pretty darn dry. Okay. Interesting. The reason why I think this is particularly interesting is because I have always wondered what it would be like if you could pop off the cleaner part of it and then just kind of like wash it. So, you can also just get a refill of this. So when this thing gets too old, I'm wondering if, yeah, because the rod is silicone. That's also really interesting because your typical flute flag, I think this thing is just plastic and this thing is glued on. So when you wash this, you have to hand wash it and you're hand washing the entire thing. This though, you can just pop this. Oh, it's stiff though. There we go. Got it. Okay. And you can just, I wonder if, can I get away with putting this in the laundry basket? Do any of you have this? Do any of you have this? Because I'm wondering if I can get away with like putting this in a laundry bag. Yeah, I'm sure this thing is washable. Like 100% you can hand wash this thing. I'm pretty darn sure that you can. Let's see. Here, Roy. Music. Roy. No, but we are looking in what? Wands. There we go. Wands and rods. Okay, so this is the felt refill is only $13. That's great bang for your buck. That is great bang for your buck. So, yeah, so the one that I have is the Master Cleaner, which is $36. Not bad. So I think this one, I don't believe that the Roy has like an attachable, does it? No. So it doesn't have like a takedown version where you can extend it out and then like do it to the entire flute. So this is meant to be used as like you're putting your flute away and then you're, you've disassembled your flute and then you can use this. This thing is thick too. Like compared to, this is the original Roger Holman one. This one is a little bit more flexible and it's not quite so thick. This is a thick boy. Okay. So this thing is $36. I don't have the Cleaner 2. The Cleaner 2, I believe, is the cylindrical one that you guys are talking about. So instead of like two fins like this, it looks like a screwdriver. So I'll let you guys do some shopping. It is a little bit more expensive though, just like a hair more expensive. But let me give you this link so you guys can shop. Laters, Miguel. Okay. Okay, so I think what I will do, is it worth risking the laundry bag? It might not be worth risking it. I think I will hand wash this thing. But the nice thing is that you don't have to wash the whole rod with it. That is very cool. Okay, now I understand how it stays in there, because I didn't realize that this thing had like little fins on it. Okay. Very, very cool. I'm already getting faster at putting it back on too. I like this. This is very cool. Okay, there's now a piccolo one. So let's do the piccolo one. Ooh, cute. Oh, it's hefty. Oh, this thing is very hefty. This is quite something. Okay, I have a Nagahara Mini, but I feel like I should also do it on a regular piccolo. So let's take both out. So this is what I would use it for, because I would primarily be playing my Nagahara Mini. So let's put that together. Okay, here we go. So we made it nice and moist in there now. Okay, so let's check out how this guy is. Unfortunately, I think you guys may not be able to see how moist it is in there because it's so freaking dark. Yeah, no. You guys can see it. You guys see the little reflections of like my spit and condensation? Delightful. Very appetizing. Okay, so let's zoom out a tiny bit. Here we go. So we're going to try this out. Again, I'm doing this in midair. So, oh, yep, a bit stiff, but maybe that's how it gets into all of the crevices, you know? All right, all the way in, all the way in. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So all the way in, and there's still this much, even on a Nagahara Mini, which is crazy long. Usually a piccolo ends right here. So you usually would have way more like kind of surface area to twist. But this does go all the way up to the top, even for a Nagahara Mini. Okay, okay. Let's pull it out now. Yeah, we dry. Yeah, we're dry in there. Totally dry. Here, let me see if I can like put like a, let me shine a light into there. Ah, yeah. My phone doesn't recognize me. Doesn't recognize me. Okay. Flashlight. How are we doing this? This is really difficult to do on. Yeah, nope, that's definitely not working. So we're not going to do that. But it is really dry. Yeah, yeah. So, I personally, I actually kind of really like, yeah, you guys, at least you guys can't see any sort of like condensation, like, reflection. Okay. Yeah, it's really dry in there. So, I think, I actually really like how stiff this is. Because a typical, whatchamacallit, like a typical piccolo flag. I had one side of it here. Do I have the other side? Guys, I have one side of it. Goodness me. Oh, do I have it? Yes. I have it. Okay, this is the original Roger Holman one. Again, it's a little bit floppy on the sides here. And so I mean, it has worked really well in the past. I've used it for like so many years now. I do just kind of think though, I personally may end up preferring the stiffer, thicker material, on top of the fact that I think, is this removable? Oh, wait a second. Okay, you can apparently twist it off too. So it does actually screw off, but wait, is that how you? Oh, it is how you take it off. So interesting. Okay, I understand the pictures I'm seeing now. Okay. So you can't slide it off the way you do for the flute one, but it is, you can just unscrew it and then only wash this part. Oh, that's interesting. You definitely couldn't do that on this one. Not that this one didn't do a good job. Like you could do this. You can, it is a takedown. So you can do that, but then you'd still end up washing quite a bit of rod. Interesting. Okay, and then because if you look at the refills, the refills have this little nub I noticed in the pictures, and I was like, what is that nub? It's the screw. It's the screw that screws into the rest of the rod. Cool. Very cool. Okay, I'm curious to see how it fits into my my Yamaha piccolo. So let me go and grab that really quick. All right, found it. Put everything back. Okay. I'm just curious to see how this fits into like a regular sized piccolo. So let's pop this on. Okay, it doesn't really have to be in line, but I'm curious. So I'm just gonna put this in. Oh, tight fit because of the conical nature, but it fits. And then it goes all the way up to the top. Yeah, see, you have way more. Oh, they definitely designed this for a regular size piccolo, because you can see where they've actually created a thicker handle for you, and it sticks exactly out of this. Okay, I'm glad I tried it on this. Let me show you guys here. Yeah, so you guys can see a better angle of this, that like you can see how much they've actually straight up designed it so that you have a little handle here like that. There you go. I find that twisting it while bringing it out definitely is the way to go. Okay. Very cool. And that, my friends, are the accessories. I'm looking at the time and holy cow, I don't think I actually have time to go over the beginner flutes in great detail, but let me check my messages first to see if my husband needs me for anything, because it's getting pretty late on this side. Okay, no. Hubs is just coming home. Okay. Cool. So, I think he's coming home very soon, which means I probably should close the door so I don't annoy him. Okay. So we will spend just the last 20-ish minutes of this stream just kind of like very quickly trying these beginner flutes. So this isn't going to be like a full review. One, because I don't have a lot of time, and two, this is more like an update. It's like for me, it's just so that I get an idea of kind of like the updated beginner flutes. So, oh boy, I have a lot of cleanup to do tomorrow morning. There's gonna be lots of things here. Oh dear. Okay, let me put away some stuff at least. You know, just like some is better than none, right? Okay, closing up my cassette tape or cassette tape holder. Okay, shall we? So, we have here a few things. I might do a full review on them later. I think I might, but this is kind of your quick try, okay, of these flutes. So, we have here a Yamaha. This is definitely updated. The case is definitely updated. It did not look like this before. I can show you what it used to look like. Where are you, baby? Oh, there. It used to look like this. Does this bring any of you guys back to the 90s? Okay, you see that? Yeah. This case is a little bit more rounded. Yeah, this one has more kind of like it's more rectangular. They've redesigned the handle as well. Yeah. They now have like a nice logo in the front. They don't have that on either side of this one. So I put stickers on it, okay? You can tell that I had this since I was a kid, okay? Okay. So let me give this a quick try. So this is a Yamaha. Let me just kind of put this here. Just so that you guys know what I'm trying. This one is a Yamaha 222, so it's the updated one. I'll put 2024. I'll put as of 2024. How about that? Okay. So let's put that here. Okay. So that's what we're just giving it a quick try. I swear, just a quick try. Let me close the door. Okay. Whoa. It's a brighter. Focus. Okay, there we go. That's better. Whew, it's still a little bright though. Okay. This is what we're working with. Okay. So Very interesting. So they actually have a space here for your cleaning rod. Like it actually lodges the cleaning rod in the middle here. That's super interesting. That definitely was not a thing before. The case is much nicer than it used to be. It used to be this kind of like furry, fuzzy material. I'll show you here. Oh no. Oh dear. Ay, 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 ay. Okay. So, let me show you guys here. So, do you guys remember this material? This kind of like fuzzy material? Yeah, it used to be this kind of like fuzzy material. It's not that anymore. I'm so glad, because this fuzzy stuff used to get all over the flute all the time. So, great update. Wonderful. Let's see how it plays. It looks beautiful. Oh my god! It's pointed key arms, guys! What the? I didn't have that! Excuse me? Excuse me? You beginners now have pointed key arms? Excuse me? Wow. That's nice. What the heck? Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow. It looks really nice. Okay, let's see how this baby plays. Hello. Okay, let's see how this baby plays. What happened over the summer, VC? Oh my gosh. It feels like a Yamaha. Oh, this is just like straight up brings me back to my childhood. Except nicer. What the heck? Oh. Yamaha build quality is just... it's sturdy as heck. This is sturdy. Okay, we're just gonna play a tiny bit. Interesting. My first reaction is the keys are bouncy, which I don't expect that from this is like a pure beginner flute. This is a beginner model flute. And the keys are even and bouncy. Wow. That's very impressive. That's extremely impressive. I'm extremely impressed. Holy cow. It does play like a Yamaha, which is that it favors using like the area in your mouth like a little bit further back. I really want to do a full review on this now. I'm going to hold on to this to do a full review. I really want to do a full review. Oh, impressive. I'm very impressed. Very impressed. Beautiful. Okay, but we're gonna put this away. Let me just very quickly swab it. This is my own flute flag. I just don't want to leave my condensation on it, that's all. And spit, I guess. Yeah, build quality, in my opinion, feels even more solid than mine growing up. They've really upped their game. Like, I already thought that their game was really strong, but they've upped it even more. Let me just very quickly wipe this down because I'm an oily individual. Okay. Oh, it's just, oh, it feels so nice. What the actual heck? Like it does, like to me, this doesn't feel like a beginner model flute. It does not. It like at the least feels like intermediate. So I do know that Yamaha beginner models tend to be a little bit on the higher side in terms of price. But worth. So let me look it up. Yamaha 222. Yeah, it is definitely on the pricier side. So, because, yeah, I believe this one is a 222. Let me see. Yeah, it's this one. It is over 1,000. So that's, I put it in the chat for you guys to do some shopping. You can even see my review is on there. Okay, I'm impressed. Impressive. Also, I like the cleaning rod in this too. It's that plastic one. Won't scratch up the flute. Beautiful. Let's look at the next one. What's this one? Oh, it even comes with polishing cloth and swab. Trevor James. Okay. That must be where all the pencils were from. The pencils must have been part of this. Okay. Interesting. Oh, I see. I see you, Trevor James. Nice design. I like how they made it look like it's sewn, but it's not. This is actually a hard case. Clever design. Okay, let's hope I'm opening it right side up. But yeah, it comes with polishing cloth and it looks like a gauze is in there as well. Okay. Oh, is this is what people are doing these days, eh? They're creating a little groove specifically for a cleaning rod. And this one's wooden. Okay. I see you, Trevor James. I see you. So this one is the, let's swap it up now here. This one is Trevor James. This is the student and beginner. So this one is the 10XC, I believe it is. I used to recommend this along with the Yamaha for my own beginner students. What am I saying? Beginner students when I used to teach in person and I used to teach little kids. Let me see. This is the, yeah, this is the 10XC. Perfect. This one is also a little over 1,000. Woo! These prices, man. It's been a few years. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. Let me change that here as well. So this is the Trevor James 10XC as of 2024. Okay, wonderful. So this one is Y arms. So this one does not have the pointed key arms, but it does have the wooden cleaning rod. Build quality also very good. Usually I can tell from putting it together. Hey, love, you want to come in? I'm just going to be trying this flute and then another flute for like a few minutes. So 7:15, if that's okay.
I'll have a snack first then.
Sounds good. I love you. Okay. Okay, what I find really interesting, the tenon is a different color. I wonder if that's just nickel. Like maybe they're just like, yeah, we're not going to plate that part. Maybe. I wonder. So looking at this, Ooh, the Trevor. Wow. The lip hole is really like angular. I don't know if this is going to show properly. Yeah. So yeah, you see there's like a sharp drop off here. It's a pretty sharp drop off. Like there's, yeah, you can kind of see it in the light. And then, yeah, this is very, like, just looking at it, I'm like, whoa, that took me by surprise how straight the, and kind of like angular the two sides of the lip hole are. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So, reminds you of the Miyazawa MX-10 head joint. Interesting. Okay. Build quality also very good. I think what I'm really noticing is this one, it has more of the resistance that I expect from a beginner model flute. So the resistance of these keys are really nice for kind of evening out your technique for you. So it's very interesting that Yamaha chose to go more bouncy route, which is a more, in my opinion, a little bit more of a like a refined, higher level of playing. Yeah, this one is really great for like full beginners though, who need a little bit of help just kind of like evening out their technique. The resistance of this is what I would expect for a beginner model flute, but the build quality is really good, solid. It's not rickety or anything like that. Solid with a little bit of resistance. Okay. Oh, very forward. Wow. Okay, if you can believe it, the low notes are actually too forward for my mouth. But it makes the middle register and the high register very easy to play because you end up just kind of like, you know, putting your, like concentrating your air more around your teeth or right behind your teeth. And it makes those high, like middle register and high register notes just like pop. So interesting. I already have a very small mouth, so I find it very interesting that it's actually a little bit too forward for me. Interesting. Upon like a little bit of playing around, it's interesting because this flute concentrates a lot of its air really forward and quite low. I think that's more the issue that I have because my mouth is so small. Anything that tends to drop really low in the mouth is actually a little harder for me. So my mouth prefers more on the forward side and high in the mouth. But this Trevor James prefers low in the mouth. So I think this is very dependent on the person. Some people are going to pick this up and it's going to be absolutely a dream for them due to the shape of their mouth. And then for others, you know, it'll be like, whoa, I can't quite get this to work. So this is a very different beginner from the Yamaha. They're like for two completely different people. So I'm glad that that option is out there. I love that there is such a huge difference between the two. Yeah. But this is a great flute. Someone asked about the ergonomics. It feels great. Oh, it feels great. Very comfy. Yeah. Very comfy. Really comfy for a small hand. If that makes any difference to you guys. Oh, it's really nice. Build quality is solid. This thing is great. Yeah. I would say that the Yamaha is for people who play slightly higher and slightly further back. This one is for people who play low and forward. You know, they don't really want to concentrate the air against the roof of their mouth. I think this is going to be a really good one for them. Interesting. Okay. I just really want to do a full review. So I think I'm going to ask the Flute Center if I can hang on to these a little longer so I can do a full review on these. Because I think these absolutely deserve a whole stream of their own. Completely a whole stream of their own. VC was asking if this one has pointed key arms. No. So this one, this Trevor James one, as you can see, when it focuses, when it focuses, hello. Yeah. Okay. So as you can see, they are Y arms, and like it really to me, in terms of like how nice the mechanism feels. I don't really feel a difference between this one and the Yamaha, at least. What I do feel is that the entire mechanism is designed to be a little bit more resistant on this one. So if you prefer a little bit more resistance, you're going to like this one more. The Yamaha is more bouncy. All right. Oh, this is nice. This is a nice one. Both of these are so nice. Man, y'all starting out on the flute these days are so spoiled. So spoiled.
It's back in my day. Back in my day, it wasn't like this.
Beautiful. Gorgeous. Okay. We have this little baby now. Interesting. Also hard case with their logo up on top. Oh, interesting. This is almost like, it almost feels magnetic. Is it? No, it's not. What am I talking about? Okay. Okay. I like the inside of this case. Again, they have like a little thing for their plastic cleaning rod. A little nook for it. It just kind of like, interesting. Yeah, it really lodges it in there. That's super cool. Okay. So, oh, interesting. So this does have pointed key arms. This is so freaking bright. Oh my goodness. It's so new. My camera has no idea what to do with it. Okay. So, there. Add a little bit of contrast. Okay. So, pointed key arms. And what I find interesting about the keys is that they're completely smooth. So they are shaped like this. There's no seam in the middle or anything like that. The other ones usually have a seam. There's no seam here at all. It's just like molded like that. Super interesting. Let's see how it plays. Yeah, pointed key arms. It's really nice. Also solid. The joints, like the connection points here, solid. Yeah. No wonder they are like, you know, they're such a, you know, one of the best sellers. Okay. Interesting. So I'm looking at the lip hole, and the other side is quite a bit thinner. Unsure if you guys will be able to make this out because this thing is so freaking bright. But yeah, I think you guys can like slightly make it out that like this side is quite a bit thinner than this side. Like it's noticeably thinner. And then this part of the lip plate is much thinner than on a lot of flutes. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, let's see how this plays. Oh, because there's no seam on the Y arms, or the sorry, not the Y arms, but on the keys that you press on, because there's no seam on the top, it's very smooth, quite comfy. Yep, is what I remember. Angle this towards myself more. Wrong microphone. Oh, this is not Trevor James. This is not Trevor James. This is not Trevor James. This is a pearl. So this is a pearl what? Pearl 200 Belsona. PF 200 Belsona. Wow. As of 2024. And let me get you guys the listing for it. So again, this is the Pearl 200. Let's see. What are we looking at here? Which one is it? Okay, let me look for the correct pricing of it. Yeah, it must be this one. Okay, so I put it in the chat so you guys can again do some shopping. Okay. Very sweet. It's exactly like what I remember pearls playing as. If you naturally hold a lot of space in the bottom part of your mouth, you're going to love this. It's going to resonate in your mouth really, really nicely. I have a very, very small mouth. And so for me, I really have to kind of lock my jaw down quite far. However, I've had several students who sound amazing on pearls, and we think it's because they have a lot more kind of like space in their like bottom jaw area than I do. And that resonates really nicely on this flute. So yeah, this plays how I remember, but I feel like it's sweeter and more refined. And I would like to figure out why. I don't have time now to figure out why, but I definitely can feel that it's sweeter. It's there's a bit more of a refined quality to it than I remember. But yeah, kind of the base way that it plays though is still fundamentally the same, or at least very similar. So yeah, I'm definitely hearing the improvement. I'm definitely hearing and feeling the improvement. Like I agree with Nicholas here. It definitely, it's a lot more refined and sweet. So I would love to do a full review on this to figure out why. But we don't got time for that right now. I need to jet pretty soon within a few minutes. There was another surprise one that they sent me that I really don't have time for. But I think when I do the full review of these, I can probably pop that on as part of the full review. And it is a Trevor, I believe it's a Trevor James piccolo. So let me find that for you guys. Boop. Oh, the no seam closed holes make it very easy to clean them. I'm just noticing how easy it is to clean. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. The cases are designed so much better these days. Wow, I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. Okay, I'll show you guys the surprise Trevor James piccolo. So this is, let me check here. This is the 5X piccolo. So this is a composite body with silver plated mechanism, Y key arms. So let me find the listing for you guys. I'm so sorry I don't have time to try it right now. It's this one. Perfect. This is interesting because this one is sub 1,000 for a piccolo. So I'm very curious. We'll just close that. Then you guys can see what I'm looking at here. Okay. Okay. Oh, it has a lip. It has a carved lip plate. Ooh, and it's wave. Oh, shoot. I might really like this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's really bad. That's really bad. Oh, no. I'm putting it together. Oops. Oh, no. Oh, this is quite terrible for me. Okay. Oh, dear. So this is the Trevor James 5X piccolo as of 2024. Okay, a little bit. We'll play a little bit. I'm gonna be late to dinner by like 5 minutes. Okay, here we go. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. I don't want to go higher than that. Oh, no. No. need to stop there. I need to stop there. Oh no, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. You guys are right. Chef Maiku. It looks like the Dijao, and I'm probably gonna love it. Oh no. Oh no. I can't. Yo, spending $939 for a backup piccolo seems a bit extra. I already have this one. Okay, well, that's a fun note to end on. That's a fun note to end on. We can even use our new toy here to clean it. We'll use our new Roy Master Piccolo Cleaner to clean it. Look at that. Oh, nice and clean. I do love that it's composite though, because then it's like, it won't crack. Oh no. Oh no. Why did we try this, guys? Why did I open it? Oh no. Oh no. This is very good if you have a mouth like mine, okay? Now, I prefer, oh wow, interesting, look. The thumb key is completely square. That's really cute. If your mouth is small like mine, and you prefer to do most everything in the front-ish of your mouth, you'll really like this. If you don't like to do a lot of things in sort of the frontish part of your mouth, you're not gonna like this, okay? So just making that real clear. Again, it's just per person. Wow. Wow. This is sub 1,000 too, which was like my original budget for backup piccolo. That's why I ended up getting this, because this one was sub 1,000 from eBay. But this one is composite. That was my original idea. My original idea was I wanted my backup piccolo to be a composite so that it wouldn't crack and stuff. Oh no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Beloved backup piccolo for sale. Oh no. No, that's bad. No, oh dear. No, but like, I'm not going to use it very often though, guys. I have to send it back. I'm not going to use it very often at all. Dang it. No. Okay. I need to go meet Hubs for dinner now. He's waiting for me. So thank you again, Flute Center, for sending all these goodies. Y'all now have great ideas for flutastic, flute accessory Christmas shopping. So get all your lists in order and use my code JAF for some percentage off. Yeah, so have fun shopping, guys. Have a great time. Thank you so much, Flute Center, for sponsoring today's live stream. That was super fun. I just felt like such a delightful little nerd. That's what I needed. I love it. So yes, Ninja Hubs needs to hide now. Okay. I love you all so very much. Please stay happy, healthy, and safe. And I will see you guys again next week for another review. This one is going to be really, really exciting. This is still within flute land, but not within regular flute land. That's all I'll say for now. You guys will see the little teaser for it at the beginning of next week, okay? All right. I love you all so very much. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. Take care of yourselves because there is no music without the musician. Love you all so very much.